Welcome to the highlights of the first T20 International between the Windies and England in the Sandals T20 International Series. The match taking place at the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium with a pitch that looked bereft of much of the grass that we'd seen earlier for the ODIs and the Test match, and looked a very good batting surface. The coin came down in favour of England's captain Eoin Morgan, and he elected to field first. Confirmation of the teams for the Windies, with Nicholas Pooran coming in, as well as Fabian Allen, the left-handed spinner come batsman. And for England, well, they had a number of changes. Sam Billings, one to look forward to, as well as Tom Curran, Liam Plunkett fit again to play, Chris Jordan coming back in for his speciality. We'll go straight now to the top of the action.
Well, stop what you're doing and strap yourselves in for 3.5 hours of T20 entertainment. The Universe Boss struts out to the middle. Well, what does he have in store for us today? He has been in simply scintillating form throughout the ODI series. Great to have him back playing international cricket. Now we have him in international T20 cricket. Different partner for him today. Campbell misses out. And he is going to be partnered by Shai Hope. There he is, 57 matches, 1,607 runs. You look at 30s and 50s in this format in particular, but it's all about the strike rate, 143. It's a ground as well that the England bowlers really struggled just to keep a leash on the Universe Boss in particular. David Willey gets his first run out in this series, but also didn't play in the ODIs. So it's a good opportunity for him. Struggled with an illness in the middle of the series, the 50-over series. Chris Jordan next to him, very much a T20 specialist, been playing out in the Pakistan Super League. We've had a number of the new recruits into this England side.
Let's play.
Well, we're going to get underway. Well, boundary first ball. They're underway. Good afternoon, Ian.
Hello, Robert. I think a little bit of movement back into Shai Hope, but when you've got a short, fine leg, David Willey, you've got to start it just outside the off stump. Obviously got too straight. Best possible start, though. Well, 6 would have been, but...
Yeah, but you take that. Oh, big shot this time. Third man interested. Oh, dropped. Adil Rashid right on the fence.
Did everything right. He positioned himself, did Adil Rashid. He got a solid base standing near that boundary, which would have been a concern in his peripheral vision initially. Yeah, you see the base. Too easy. The right leg wasn't touching the rope, I don't think.
Oh, leading edge, that's gone straight up, won't even beat the inner circle. Joe Root takes the catch.
But what do you know, there is still some bounce in the surface. Maybe the ball just didn't angle towards leg stump as much as Shai Hope expected, because he closed the face of the bat too early. But a good strike by Curran. And a wonderful celebration from Joe Root. So Adil Rashid will be breathing a sigh of relief, having dropped Shai Hope in the first over. Hope goes for 6, 7 for 1.
Well, we have one of those moments I've been looking forward to. Hetmyer and Gale in at the crease together. Two left-handers, both at different ends of their career, but equally as exciting. Just 9 matches, 77 runs. Not yet a 30 or a 50, but the strike rate, that will go up. Well, this man has some real swagger. That is the first maximum straight down the ground. 13 for 1.
Well, if there is an element of surprise, that would have surprised Tom Curran. Because given the problems he had, Shimron Hetmyer in the ball, flooding into his thigh pad, taking the leading edge previous deliveries, to smack this away so confidently, typically West Indian.
Oh, that's just too easy. The field set as it is, short, wide, third man up, just a slip in as well. One of the most simple boundaries for Chris Gale.
And Chris goes past Martin Guptill now as the player to have hit more sixes in T20 internationals than any other. 104 now to Gale.
Chipped into the leg side. Nothing more than just a flick. But another maximum for Chris Gale. 3 overs done, 28 for 1.
Such a strong man. That's hit the inner half of the bat. That's not out of the screws. It's the way the Windies have made history in this format of the game with their 6 hitting, not the running.
Oh, God, excellent over. Chris Gale thinks that it might have been a bump ball, but he's just squeezed it straight to the man who's up in the circle. Well, that is a big wicket. Excellent start from Chris Jordan, showing all his skill, all his experience, all the nous against Chris Gale. We're just going to have a look. Looks like he just guides it. Adil Rashid this time doesn't make a mistake.
He's practiced these Yorkers assiduously before the match. Full and wide to Gale. 15 to him, 31 for 2.
Darren Bravo. Hetmyer still at the other end, but England will be mighty relieved having seen the back of Chris Gale early for the first time in the last couple of weeks. Not with the control that he would like, but he will get another boundary. Just a little too short. They'll enjoy bowling short on this pitch, just got some steep bounce.
Well, he hasn't forgotten how they got out Hetmyer in the ODI. Similar delivery. He'd hit the first one for a boundary and went after the second and holed out at backward square leg.
It's gone up a long way and is taken very simply by Liam Plunkett. Just mixing it up, almost surprised really. It was a knee-high full toss and just couldn't get the control. And perhaps, yeah, they're going to have a little look, just have a little look on height, maybe. Hetmyer is being, I think, just told to stick around for a little longer, just check on the height here.
He was certainly fooled by that one. Didn't get a chance to get that big arm swing in. Slower delivery into the shot. Bit too early. Didn't really get any back speed behind it. And just popped it up to mid-on. And umpire's initial decision confirmed. Third wicket down for the West Indies. Shimron Hetmyer just popping this one up to mid-on. Simple catch in the end for Plunkett. That might have been a better ploy, but he's gone for 14. West Indies now 37 for 3.
Nicholas Pooran, 37 for 3. A few early problems here for the West Indies. This time just a fraction too short. Not even Sam Billings could cut that one off in the deep. So a boundary to finish the over. Still 6 from it though. 43 for 3.
Good bounce. It's over Bairstow. What is it? Arm, glove, bat. Oh, lungs.
That's the extra bounce I was talking about earlier. Liam Plunkett can afford to be a little further up than the others and get that kind of bounce because of his height.
Oh, that's in the slot. That's gone all the way right into the changing rooms.
Just trying to adjust his line, Liam Plunkett, and over pitches right in the slot.
He's gone for a Yorker, and it's a cross seam, and he's missed it by about a foot. Right in the slot. Pulled away, leg side fielder out there, can't get there, bounces. Oh, it's wonderful stuff. I don't know whether he stopped it or they've stopped it. Hitting with the spin, it's Billings. Very acrobatic. 67 for 3.
He stopped this. This was a good piece of work. It's in the air. He's in the air. He's may just have had that right foot down.
Steepler. Willie's interested. Not now, he's not.
No, this is the way Nicholas Pooran plays. Very aggressive, hits the ball hard. This one is just floated up into his range.
Just over Jordan. He's got a scamper for this. Oh, it's just over for 6.
It looked more like a cuff than a clean hit, but just kept traveling.
Short again. Could we have the ball back, please, when it lands? 90 for 3.
50 partnership comes up for these two. Darren Bravo was ready for that one. And up she goes.
Lovely strike down the ground. Just open the front leg so he can access the ball with the bat. Perfect start to the over then.
Yeah, just the way that he manipulates his wrists. Mid-off is up. They're just going to check this now. I think that's just short, so that's only going to be 4. Just see it pitch and just check over the cushion.
What a brilliant effort. What an amazing effort from Chris Jordan.
Well, the skill of the delivery, bowled a slow ball into the surface, really did him. Bravo was so early on the shot, just chipped it up, then he had to get across. You can see him roll his fingers across the top of the ball, completely does Bravo, but then that is excellent. Had to change direction, move across to his right, sticks out a hand, good catch. A bit of captaincy as well from Eoin Morgan. Could have just left Jordan to bowl his 2 right at the end, brought him back earlier than they might have thought. Bravo goes for 28, 101 for 4.
Thin edge and given. Yeah, good catch from Johnny Bairstow. It's a little quicker through the air this time. Big Carlos Brathwaite goes for a duck.
It's an outstanding passage of play from Adil Rashid in particular. Real pace off, and then this one pushed through that little bit quicker. Just skids off the surface as it comes out of the front of Rashid's hand and off the edge of Brathwaite's bat. A man at the top of his game with a lot of confidence. Not Brathwaite's day so far with the bat. He goes for 0, 102 for 5.
Captain's happy, bowler is happy. England pretty happy, 102 for 5. Fabian Allen.
Brilliant, simply brilliant from Nicholas Pooran. He has every shot in the book, and he is some talent.
Well, he's found one there. That's outrageous. Young lad, no fear. Keep your eye on the ball and whack. Sensible too, hit with the wind.
Catch, it's a cry, catch, it's a cry, run out of room. He has run out of room in the boundary line. Fabian Allen.
These are good runs for the Windies. Couple of maximums. It's got to be Sam Billings out there. He's really interested in this at deep mid-wicket.
Jordan Vistan, he doesn't drop many, he doesn't drop any, and holds on to that one.
Just a gamble from Morgan. Single, six, wicket. Fielded very well. Blemish early on from Rashid, but it didn't matter. Shai perishing shortly afterwards. Right at the bottom of the bat, it looks as if it's going to die on Chris Jordan, but he's got a wonderful pair of hands. Needed that wicket. Allen goes for 8, it's 127 for 6.
We're ready, lads. Go on.
That'll be 50 for Nicholas Pooran, only his second in this format of the game. But it's a nice glimpse of his ability as a player.
50 from 32 deliveries with 3 4s and 3 6s. Crowd stands in appreciation. It's an excellent innings.
That's gone. That has gone some distance. He picked the length out of that. Nicholas Pooran.
That's out of here. Just check this. That stand is a big stand. It's got a big roof. Back of the hand stuff. Gets his front leg out of the way. Look at his arms flaying through the line of the ball. This goes a long way.
Oh, he goes full and straight and knocks over Nicholas Pooran. What a comeback for Tom Curran.
Well, it's been a terrific contest. Pooran going at England. A 6 in this over. and he's looking at the big screen. It's just a genuine length ball, and it's through in quickly. 137k, ball straight, you miss, I hit. Third wicket for Tom Curran. Bowlers have to rise to the challenge. He does. With a wonderful innings from Nicholas Pooran. 58 from 37, 137 for 7.
One, chase one.
That's unfortunate from Tom Curran.
It's a bonus for the Windies, is that. And it's really good from the two batsmen. They put him under pressure there. They were looking for 2.
That's unfortunate. It's as good as you can serve up as far as the Yorker is concerned. Pay the penalty. 150 up for the Windies.
He'll be thinking there ain't no justice. Squeeze off the inside edge.
Now pace on and 4. Innovation from Nurse.
Should have been a slowie.
Important runs, and that's the thing that you have to look at with Nurse, the value that he can offer with the bat. Catch taken. Went for the Yorker. It was a low full toss in the end, but he had the protection down the ground. Good running catch. And it's anyone's game. 160 for 8. The Windies end up off their 20 overs.
Where's your money? Low full toss right at the bottom of the bat from Jason Holder. Sam Billings makes no mistake. A wicket dot ball ends the Windies innings. 160 for 8. Holder 7. It's a worker.
58 runs came off the last 5 overs of the innings. Curran has been brilliant, 4 for 36 off his 4 overs. Little bit of an eye-opener that Jordan wasn't able to bowl his full quota. Best figures though in T20 internationals for Tom Curran.
Do you know, I reckon both teams will be happy here. You're just looking at England going off the field. Lots of congratulations around. And the Windies have worked hard to get to 160. Pooran with a wonderful innings, but you can just tell body language, England fancy this.
The Windies finished on 160 for 8. They lost wickets regularly throughout that innings, but thanks in the main to Pooran's 58 from just 37 deliveries, and he had a half-century partnership with Darren Bravo, who got 28. It seemed still to be a competitive score. Tom Curran was very, very good, bowling at different phases, and his best figures in T20 internationals 4 for 36, but not to be outdone. Jordan, excellent. Rashid, brilliant. And Denley chipped in with a wicket too. It meant that England would need 161 of their 20 overs to try to go 1 up in this series.
Well, it's a different batting lineup from what we saw in the ODIs, but we have Alex Hales, vastly experienced opening batsman in white ball cricket in particular. And as we saw throughout the ODIs, Sheldon Cottrell, the man with the salute. Will we see that in this innings?
West Indies will be looking to strike early in this power play, just as England did.
Let's
Picked
play.
up 3 wickets.
Oh, short, tested him out early. He answers the question well.
Normally pitches up the ball early on, Sheldon Cottrell, but this was pitching in his half of the pitch, and Alex Hales is not going to miss out on those. England off to a good start with a 6.
Yeah, they would have had a good think about that last ODI, think about how they combat that extra bounce. Same again, not as convincing, but 4.
England get off to a decent start here. This score can look extremely gettable, and I'm sure they'll settle for that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of pressure on the opening pair in particular. Oh, it's going to be more runs, whether this time it's off the pad. Cottrell just hasn't found a line. He's been far too straight.
As he actually hasn't been straight, he's been more to leg than anything else.
Ball dropped. Did all the hard work, did Brathwaite. Looked like he was going to cling on, whether it just spilled out at the last moment.
Well, he covered the ground and got a hold of it. Alex Hales didn't quite get that one in the middle of the bat. And all the way there, it's in. And just out of his fist as his hand hit the ground.
Bowled him, full straight, and there it is, the salute.
Well, it took him a while, but he finally got it right. Sheldon Cottrell put one where he should have been looking to put them from the get-go. And immediately success. That one just came back slightly. Hales opened up to whack it over the offside, and has to accept a salute on his way back to the pavilion.
Hales goes for 11, 17 for 1. Joe Root gets an opportunity to see what he's got in this format now. Oh, easy runs again. Again, just sliding down that leg side, just a clip from Bairstow.
Oh, things have started awfully wrong for the West Indies.
Same again, that is timed really well. Not sure what Hetmeyer was doing. He looked like he went the wrong way, but he was a lot finer for that ball. That was just a regulation clip off his legs. Jason Holder is not happy. Oh, it's just a carbon copy. This is far too easy for Bairstow, far too easy for England.
Oh, the length's wrong, the line's wrong. And just free runs. Shimron Hetmeyer has just been running to his left and running to his right to retrieve the ball down at fine leg.
He's tired, Hetmeyer. Oh, goes right across his stumps. It's not a bad shout. Well, whether Root will just have a look at this one. The salute comes, Joe Root. Yeah, he reviews it. Is there anything on Ultra Edge?
It looked to me as if he'd been struck in front. Went way across his stumps. On-field decision is out.
Is that what has saved him? This is the one. Well, it clips the top of the bail, so that is umpire's call, and Joe Root is out.
Joe Root goes without scoring. England 32 for 2.
England captain Owen Morgan in at number 4.
That's it!
Edge. Done him in the flight, done him with the pace as well. Go on, Chris Gow. No. Nearly.
Again, Bairstow making width for himself. No one down there.
Nothing more than a flick. Downwind as well. This has not been anything like the over that Jason Holder and Nurse would have wanted. 14 from it, 47 for 2.
As drips right into his arc, Johnny Bairstow. Doesn't try to hit it too square. Just hits it so it rides the wind enough to go for 6.
Slapped. Move on to 50. Oh, punched. He might have punched it for 4. 7 overs. That's hit the boundary, surely. 68 for 2.
Good old-fashioned left boot, but not quite enough. Just rolled on there, looked like it anyway. Just rolled on to the cushion. Will be 4.
That's another good shot from Johnny Bairstow, all the way for 6. It's a 50 as well, and it's come in very quick time. Just 27 deliveries for him.
We've seen hints of his good form throughout the series, Johnny Bairstow. And it's all coming together.
Easily done. Brathwaite round the wicket into the body of Morgan, who's been staying leg side of the ball, and as easy as you like for Chris Gayle.
Well, not in any control. His feet were off the ground. Couldn't get the power, couldn't get the timing. Probably got it high on the bat. Owen Morgan. And a wicket they West Indies desperately needed. The catcher Chris Gayle, Carlos Brathwaite, the bowlers, and Morgan. Ian Morgan goes for 8. England now 83 for 3.
Joe Denley's the new man. Bowled a couple of tidy overs of leg spin. Just 40 runs in 7 innings so far, but domestically he has been a force to reckon with in all formats. It's gone high. Should be taken. Dropped it. It's the third one that has gone down by the Windies in the field here today or tonight.
What can you say? Fielding is such an important part of this game.
That should be 4. Easily passed. Backward point.
It's just a wide full toss and put away.
Oh, those are easy deliveries. Those are 2 gifts wrapped in a bow tie and saying Merry Christmas from Carlos Brathwaite in this over.
Let's see what he's trying to do. He's trying to bowl wide and full, but just over pitching. Once it passes the man at backward point, there's no one to stop it.
It's high. Does it have the legs? Carlos Brathwaite is under it and takes it. And a wicket that the Windies desperately needed because it is that man, Johnny Bairstow.
Ashley Nurse finally strikes. And entertaining, classy innings from Johnny Bairstow comes to an end. Didn't quite have the legs to clear the boundary, and Carlos Brathwaite did everything right on that occasion. Wicket for Ashley Nurse. Johnny Bairstow 68 in just 40. England 103 for 4.
Catch him!
Lovely shot, super shot, just a little over pitched and pounced on.
That's all that's needed. England don't need to panic at all. Bit of width on offer this time. Put away nicely. Slow outfield, that's been hit well.
Confident looking shot, excellent shot, finds the gap.
Just as the pressure starts to build, you get that release. Couple of steps down, pick the gap really well. Didn't think too much about elevation, actually just tried to get it in that gap. Long on, deep mid-wicket, splits them.
Hit powerfully, again finds the gap and finds the boundary.
This is outstanding from Joe Denley. Cottrell should have just worked out from the ball before. He's just looking to hang leg side. So anything length wide of that off stump, he was looking for that option. And he's just put it exactly where he wanted the ball. Then he can use the pace that Cottrell is putting on it.
Yep, they'll push, and it's more poor fielding, and it's frustration for Cottrell. Not been a good day in the field for the Windies, 133 for 4.
Really looked away, thinking that was just a single down to third man, then looked up and... well, that's just very, very poor, to say the least, really. Didn't get anything behind it, just got to make sure. Cottrell is not impressed.
Flat batted it. Not quite the middle of the bat, but it's enough.
Just goes for the tennis smash. I don't think he even looked at the ball then, Joe Denley. He hit him high on the bat. Didn't matter because these two men were up. Just takes a bit of pace as it hits the slow outfield as well.
Not hit it that well. Yeah. Plan has come to fruition for Jason Holder. Nicholas Pooran takes the catch quite easily.
Hitting against the breeze. Jason Holder persisting with that short ball. Back of the length. Denley looking for a maximum, doesn't really get all of it. The catch sticks. Maybe a little too late. But Denley 30 from 29, 153 for 5.
Could it be another one? Could it be another one? Oh, dropped it, another one. Oh, Shane Thomas, I'm not sure why he only went with his left hand.
Oh dear. That would have been interesting. Short ball works again. Sam Billings this time, hitting into the breeze. Oh, he's just gone one-handed. Catch it now, catch it. Down it goes.
I think it's just the fact that he didn't really, or he wasn't aware as to where the boundary was. Could have gone with two hands. Another one. My goodness, could there be a surprise left here for us? Salute, sir.
England just faltering. Cottrell back into the attack. He's got 3 for again. It's a slower delivery. How slow? Just a cutter. It's the top of off. Here he goes. A ball of deception. Is there a twist? Sam Billings 18, 154 for 6.
And that's the game. Nice workmanlike victory for England in this opening T20 international. And built on the back of the bowlers and Bairstow's half-century, and England win by 4 wickets.
Flowery shirts are happy. The 3 matches, first one goes to England. England winning the toss and electing to bowl first. Just a little stutter at the end there, but 18.5 overs. England have knocked them off. Handshakes all round. Windies can do better. They can feel better, they can bowl better. Wasn't bad 160, worked hard to get to 160. It's that trudge off when you lose. A word of commiseration. Think about the next game.
So England got to their target with 7 deliveries to spare. They finished on 161 for 6. Johnny Bairstow was the star of the innings with 68 from just 40 deliveries. There was also a nice little partnership between Denley and Billings, 30 to Denley and 18 to Sam Billings. The Windies weren't at their best. They dropped a number of catches. The ground feeling was poor. And once Cottrell found his radar, he caused some problems, finishing with 3 for 29. There were wickets as well for Ashley Nurse, Jason Holder, and Carlos Brathwaite. But the player of the match, the man who had the most impact on the outcome, was Johnny Bairstow with his half-century. Just confirmation of how the match flowed after Morgan won the toss and asked the Windies to bat. The Windies 160 for 8 on the back of Pooran's half-century, and then England getting home 161 for 6 and winning by 4 wickets. We hope that you've enjoyed all the highlights from this opening encounter and look forward to your company next time. From St. Lucia, bye for now.